morning. I'm Dr. Felipe Ngarano. I'm going to demonstrate to you the colostomy care. Colostomy is a surgical procedure of creating an opening into the colon of the intestine, creating an opening into the abdominal wall through colon intestine. The objective of this colostomy care is to define the colostomy and to illustrate the indications of colostomy in different diagnosis about abdominal surgery and to understand the needs of colostomy care. So, during the discussion, I will discuss the different types of colostomy, the classifications, and to prepare the required equipments in the care of colostomy, as well as to demonstrate the colostomy care procedure and understanding of the different warning signs and precautions, even the complications of colostomy, and to discuss the nursing management in the colostomy care. So we have here the patients, Ms. Rusnik, okay? So she will be our representation of our patient. Then I will discuss also the different the purpose of the procedure of colostomy is to drain out or to remove or to evacuate the gastric content or the content of the colon, the transverse colon and the small intestine outside the body. So since the patient don't have or his part of the colon is not functioning well, so the content of the stomach or the feces should be taken out. The need for colostomy care is number one, to maintain integrity of the stomach, the surrounding skin of the stomach, for properly management, and to prevent lesion, ulceration, excoriation, and other skin breakdowns, and the fecal contamination. Since the patients don't have functional anus, so it will be eliminated through the stomach. Next is to prevent infection, and next is to promote general control of positive self-image and self-concept. It is because most of the patients having this kind of operation are sometimes having breakdown on the self-image, and to provide clean ostomy pouch for fecal evacuation and to reduce odor from the overuse of old pouch. It is because when there is a hole or gap between a pouch and the skin, so probably there will be escape of the odor. So this colostomy care is indicated for patients having cancer, tumor of the colon, trauma of the perforations of the colon, inflammatory disease of the colon or ulcerative colitis, and congenital anomalies. So in other countries, this is common in children having congenital anomalies. And for those who is having cancer, are one of the common cause of this colostomy. Actually, there are types of colostomy according to site. Number one is ascending colon. Number two is transverse loop colostomy. Number three is transverse double barrel colostomy, meaning there are two holes in the abdominal wall. And the descending colostomy and sigmoid colostomy. So those are the 5 types of colostomy according to site in the abdominal wall. I will show you the illustration here so that you will be familiar according to the. Now let's proceed with the different characteristics of feces according to the side of the colon. So number one is the ileostomy. Ileostomy, particularly in this in the right side of the body, in the right lower quadrant, is the placement of the stomach. So in ileostomy, it produces liquid and frequent containing digestive enzyme, and which can damage the skin and must be pouched at all times, because those enzymes can create skin damage because of acidity. Then number two is the ascending colostomy. It is similar to the ileostomy, but the color is the problem requiring control. And next is the transverse colostomy. It produces malcolor, marshy or fishy odor and drainage because some of the liquid has been reabsorbed. So probably that would be on this part of the area of the abdomen. And descending colostomy produces increasingly solid drainage, because in the descending colostomy is part where directed to our rectum, where the solid formation of feces already are intact or in place. Then sigmoid colostomy emits stool almost identical to the normally pass through the rectum. So the sigmoid colostomy is similar with our normal evacuation or elimination of feces. The same odor, the same color. There are two classifications of colostomy. So that is temporary and permanent. So temporary is if it's controlled for elimination when healing needs to take place in the case of trauma or inflammatory. So conditions of the bowel. And it is used for few weeks, months, or even years. So that is your temporary colostomy. The permanent colostomy is permanent when it provides a means of elimination when the end portion of the colon, rectum, or anus is non-functional anymore and must need be totally removed. So when the part of the rectum or the ascending or descending colon must be removed because of non-functional, so that would be permanent. This is common in our case for cancer patient or colon cancer. So that's the initiations of doctor to make it a permanent colostomy. So that will take for life. So on those situations, the nurse should teach the patient to how to do it in home management, particularly when the patient is old enough to follow instruction from the nurse, because since this will be a lifetime process or lifetime procedures, so including in the health teaching is the self-body image restoration of each person, because sometimes it couldn't be accepted by anyone having a pouch carrying all the time, because sometimes of the leak of the odor with when they are in public. So you must consider also the diet, okay? So you must better understand the different diet needed by the patient in order not to accumulate plateaus, okay? Because plateaus can easily escape from the stomach when the patient is having colostomy. That's why they will be very careful in their diet. Now let's start the procedure. So as you will always know that the procedure must be checked with the doctor's order. So upon checking the doctor's order, you need to explain the procedure with the patient. Okay? So in this demonstration, I included considerations for children in case that your patient is children. So there are dual presentation for adult and okay, let's start with the procedure. So check the physician's order. So we need to check the physician's order so that to confirm the colostomy care if that is for that patient and to identify the needs for colostomy care and the placement of proper care for the patient. Then, next is to assess the patient's capability to participate in the procedure. So this is to promote the patient's cooperation during the procedure and to determine the readiness of the patients so that the patient will... good morning, ma'am. I'm here to provide you the proper information during the colostomy care. So I will be changing your pouch this morning and I hope you are ready for that. So it will take about 15 to 30 minutes during the procedure or better if you will cooperate, or it will be less than that minutes. Okay, then after that, did you take your meal already this morning? How is your comfort today? So can you move a little bit during the procedures? Okay, so if you are ready with those what did I ask with you, then we will proceed after 5 minutes so that I could prepare my materials. Next is to determine the equipment needed. Where it's placed. Sometimes it is placed in CSR or Central Service section, and sometimes it's already placed in the department where the patient is located. This is for you to make it sure that all needed equipments are ready available. For time management at the same time is to properly coordinate those materials needed for the patient in case that other materials is not. Next, procedures based on AD5. So we do already the assessment regarding the conditions of the patient's readiness for the procedure. Next is the diagnosis. Based on chart, the patient's is having colostomy on the left lower quadrant, and that is based on the surgical procedures done already with the patient. So today we are planning to provide proper elimination of the patient and to promote self-image. That is our nursing diagnosis for the patient, and at the same time is to provide health care management for home management care. At the same time is to provide health teaching so that the patients will better understand the procedures so that he could do it independently when. So let's proceed with the planning. So the first step in planning is to identify the patient. Sometimes you need to check the arm or the wrist bulge of the patient and to check also the label on the bedside. Okay, so patient's tag, and at the same time you need to check them as well as the IV fluids. Sometimes IV fluids has its own level to clarify or to determine if the patient's where you're going to do colostomy care is the right patient. So there are lots of means to identify patient. So number one is through wrist bands. Second is the bed number, okay, or bed tag. And next is through IV fluids, okay. So every IV fluid has its own label, the name of the patients and name of IV fluid and etc. So those three are enough for you to identify the right patient. Next is to explain the procedures to the patient. So why we need to explain the procedure to the patient? So this is to promote awareness of the procedure so that the patient will properly cooperate during the procedure. So that is most needed during the administration of any procedures to the client. Ma'am, good morning. As I said earlier, I'm going to change the colostomy pouch so that and at the same time I will teach you how to do it properly so that when you go home you can do it on your own. So if you have any assistance when you're in home management, you can contact the hospital or the information on how to perform it when you need additional information during your care in when you go home. Okay? So are you ready, ma'am? Now let's prepare the equipment since the patients are now ready to do our procedure of colostomy care. So one by one, I will explain you the content of our colostomy tray. So in any other hospitals or any other institutions, they have already a setup of colostomy care, and this is our setup in colostomy care. Although we need only one pouch, but in my demonstration, I will show you the different pouch available in the market and what is available in our studio, Kalayan Educational Foundation Laboratory. Okay, so one of which is number one requirements is the pouch. Okay, this pouch is a plastic with what do you call this? The exit point. Okay, for the so this pouch usually being clip. Clip is not available at this time, but there's a clip so that the content of this pouch will not go out or will not escape. So it will be clipped like this and it will be pasted using clip. Okay, this is a plastic pouch and this is washable. Okay, so you can repeat this anytime except when this one is broken. Another pouch is a hard one. Okay, so there are two types. Okay, so this is the guide for the size of if you will see the circle. Okay, so this is a guide because every stoma has its own size. So you must fit the size of the stoma together with the pouch to secure the entry or the exit of the content of the stomach. So in here, this is the clip. Okay, available here. Okay, in this pouch. I will not open this. This is only for the procedure. So partner colostomy bag instruction. So that is the sample. Another sample. Another one is this very hard. Okay, so there is also a clip. Okay, and wafer. This is the wafer that we should remove during the process. Okay, so and this is another form of pouch also. Okay, rectangular. Okay, with vapor also that you should remove. These are the sticky part should touch the skin of the patient. And these are similar also. Okay, with vapor, you must remove the vapor prior to the application of this in the stomach. So there is hole. You must cut this according to the size of the stomach of the patient. Okay, you need also the basin just in case that there is spilling out or mismanagement during the procedure, so that the linen will not be spoiled or contaminated, as well as the dressing of the patient. And we have also the towel. This to protect the overall or the surrounding area during the procedure to avoid spilling out of the gastric content, and to protect the linen as well as the patient. And cotton balls if needed, and gloves. Okay, so gloves. So this to prevent the healthcare practitioner from the contamination made by the. We also need a stethoscope so that we could determine the peristalsis of the patient. Okay, the peristalsis of the patients will help you to determine if the patients will defecate during the process. If the patients has the urge during defecation, okay, so you need to cancel the procedure. Okay, then wait the patients to eliminate the content of the colon. Then after that, then you may proceed with the procedure. That's why you need to ask also if the patients already defecated through the stomach prior to the start of the procedure. Because in case that there will be a defecation during the procedure and you remove it already, then there will be spoiling of the linen and all over the parts of the body of the patient. That's why you need to determine also the patient's need. If it is necessary, plan for the assistance of the patient. So even the patients may be alert and able to participate, then another person's support during the procedures may be appreciated, so that patients will be comfortable during the procedure. Seeking assistance will make the patients or the procedure be comfortable for the patient, and will be provide with significant others opportunity for health teaching and learning for home care management. So when you are doing that, ask the significant others to watch the procedure so that she may help. If special colostomy bag is being used, okay, you need to review the manufacturer's instruction. Okay, there is a manual. Okay, you need to review that to avoid any allergies or any difficulties during the procedure. So what you have to do is to open this and review the content of the manufacturer's manual. Okay, so this could provide you better understanding of the procedure. At the same time is to check if there is any allergy concerning the material used by the manufacturer in this colostomy bag. Okay, next is wash your hands or sanitize your hands first. Okay, supposed to be, I already assume that I already do my hand washing or sanitation using 70% alcohol Then I am now ready to position the patient on semi-Fowlers. For this presentation, I just put the patients on semi-Fowlers, which is 30 degrees slightly. But since this is 45 degree, but for this presentation, I use on this only for this presentation so that you will see that semi-Fowler's position helps to promote gravity on the stomach content so that every content or pieces on the stomach will be eliminated or evacuated through the pouch. And semi-Fowlers also will help the patient to see what is going on, how the procedure is being conducted, so that the patients will be able to see appropriately the procedures through semi. Next, we need to wear the gloves according to the size of the healthcare provider. This is to provide protection of the healthcare provider in case of mismanagement during the procedure or during the spilling out, and at the same time is to avoid the cross-contamination. You can use also clean gloves or sterile gloves, but it's most appropriate to use clean gloves. Since I don't have any available clean gloves, I will use the sterile gloves so that it will be disposed properly. So this is how to wear properly the clean glove. So this is sterile glove. Okay. 7.5. You must identify the right and left. Okay. So based on rules of wearing gloves with sterile gloves, so you need to follow the surgical asepsis, which is from clean to clean, from dirty to dirty. Okay. So this is how we should wear clean gloves or sterile gloves. After wearing gloves, you need to put the clean towel over the patient. This is also to provide patient's privacy and to protect the spilling of drainage content or discharges out of the colostomy bag or out of the stomach. So make sure you provide proper privacy during the procedures, because this will expose the different parts of the body of the patient, particularly in the abdomen or below the then you need to determine the peristalsis of the patient. Okay, you need to auscultate the parts. So you need to expose only the affected area for purpose of assessment. Okay, so here is our stomach. Okay, so you need to auscultate. Then after auscultating the abdomen, you need to place the saber of so we need to place it near the distance of the patient. determine the size of the stoma together with the size of this one, of the pouch. Okay, if you will notice, there is circle which determine the size or diameter of the stoma. So you need to cut those parts. If example this is bigger or not fit to the hole or to the size of the opening of the stoma or now what you have to do is carefully remove. Just imagine this the pouch with the stoma in the over the stoma, and there is assuming that there is a content. Okay, this is then carefully remove the pouch and wafer. So the wafer is also here connected to the skin. Okay, I will adjust. So you need to carefully remove the pouch and wafer appliance. This is the wafer. Okay, and place the plastic waste bag. So you must gently remove this one. Okay. So avoid tearing skin. So you need to avoid the tearing of skin because sometimes it will come with the skin. So you must push the skin with your right thumb or pointing finger while pushing up. Okay, pulling up the wafer, the adhesive content, adhesive tape attached to your pouch. So make sure that the gravity is on this part. Okay, so start it on the upper portion going down so that the content of this pouch will not go up. Okay, so downward with fingers, okay, of non-dominant hand. Okay, so like this is the non-dominant. Okay, so pressing fingers with non-dominant hand. Okay, okay, like that. Then remove all sections at a time until entire wafer is removed. Place a 4x4 gauge over stoma opening. Then you need a gauge to put it over the skin. After removing this pouch and place it in, so you need to place the 4x4 gauze over the stoma. Okay, is to protect the skin from spilling out of the colon content coming out from the stoma. Okay, then assess the stoma. We need to assess the stoma. Okay, to check and observe the existing skin barriers and stoma for color, swelling, trauma, healing. Stoma should be moist and reddish pink. So that would be the color of the stoma. Then to assess the condition of the skin surrounding the stoma for possible irritation, inflammation, and skin infection and allergies. So those are the things you need to observe around the stoma. Okay? So then in case that the stoma is intended for multiple use, so you need only to clean. Okay, remove the content and place it in the comfort room or to the location where it is intended for disposal. So imagine that there is a content of in this pouch. Okay, so we need to, in case that the patient use this one, which can be used for a long time, and you don't need a replacement for this one. What you have to do to dispose them, to remove the clip placed in this side, and throw the content in the toilet or disposable area, so that you could clean. This pouch has a belt, okay, connected in this one. When it was connected to in the stoma, okay, so it will be belted or tied around the waist of the patient. So this is the purpose of this string. That's the purpose of the string in this kind of pouch. So this can be cleaned, okay, and after cleaning and disinfecting, you can put it again in the stomach, and trying to set it with in addition, you need to also to document the content of this pouch, okay, for the output. So regarding measuring of intake and output, that is part of our procedure, is to identify the input and output. Okay, so you need to document the content, okay, and to evaluate the fecal content, if it is solid or liquid, okay, or soft. Okay, regarding also, you need to also to document the color and consistency. Next, after documenting the fecal content, okay, you need to discard the gloves again. Okay, remove. Okay. Then perform hand washing. This is to reduce the microorganism, because you already contact or the fecal content. So you need to discard your gloves and replace it again with another. Okay, next is to clean the peritoneal skin with warm water. Okay, so using gauze, okay, or cotton balls if gauze is not available. Okay, so you need the warm water. So remove the greasy oil, skin, and for easy facilitation of adhesive vapor to the skin. So if you clean, while cleaning, you need to assess and remove those greases, okay, surrounding the stomach. Sometimes if you were cleaning the stomach, sometimes there is a little pain or inflammation or itching. Okay, so by that you can assess already the condition of the stomach. So while doing that, you need to ask the comfort of the patients or if there is any pain during cleaning. So you need to discard, okay, each procedure, each cotton balls or cups. Okay, repeat the procedures at least 3 times until such greasiness or oiliness of the skin was removed. Okay, so including the stomach. Okay, so the inner part. Okay, inner part, discard. Then the the outer part. Okay. Then for final cleaning, okay. Okay. This is a sterile gauze. Then measure the stoma. Okay, this is a small measuring device with its inches. Okay, so this is adjustable so that it could fit the size of the stomach with the pouch. Okay, in here we will try to collect the size. So check the circumference. Okay, circumference, the circle. Okay, so this is this part. Okay, we already know the size of the stomach. Then after that, we need to compare it with the pouch. Okay, here is our pouch. Okay, so at least 1 mm distance in the stomach. Okay, to make sure that this size will fit to the stomach. So in case that the wafer is small enough to fit to the stomach, you need to cut, okay, according to the size. So that's why there is a guide, okay, in the stomach, a circle around that. Okay, you will notice. Okay, so selecting appropriate pouch for a client based on client's assessment with a custom cut to fit pouch. Yung custom cut to fit pouch. Use an ostomy guide to cut opening on the pouch. Prepare pouch by removing backing from the barrier and adhesive. So this is how supposed to be will be conducted. You know this part, okay, there is a portion for the lifting of wafer. Okay, this is the wafer, this white one, and this is the adhesive to be connected or to be patched to the patient's skin. Okay, so size of pouch opening keeps drainage of skin and lessens the risk of drainage to stoma during peristalsis or any activity. So you need to secure the adhesive around this stoma so that if there is any activity or the patient is active, okay, the content of the stoma will not go out or will not be accidentally be removed. Okay, that's why you need to secure very well the adhesive content. Next, during application, do not blow air into this entry. Example, I will remove this one. Do not blow air, but instead you pick this side and try to open it up like this so that small air will come inside the pouch. Okay, so when we will remove it, start from the bottom going up. Okay, place it somewhere or to this part, to this side. Okay, together with other equipment. And okay, then start from the bottom. Make sure this hole will fit to the size of the stomach. Okay, like this one. Okay, then started or try to open to put an air, a little air for the expansion. Okay, so like that. Okay, make sure that the skin of the patient is dry enough so that the adhesive tape will paste well to the skin of the patient. Okay, so at the end, you need to evaluate the conditions of the patient as well as the surrounding area for the inflammation, allergies, and any discomfort during the procedures. So this is for safety control or safety assurance of our quality nursing service to the patient, as well as for the continuity of care. So in your return demonstration, you need to include also the warning signs, complication, nursing diagnosis, and other implications of the procedures for the patient. Okay, so you need to document well about the procedure, about the procedures, so that the next incoming nurse will determine how it's well with the patient regarding the procedures. Okay, so thank you very much, and I hope you learned something regarding